This podcast is sponsored by Go Play Sports, the brand new mobile app changing the game for grassroots. Whether it's Sunday League or five-a-side, Go Play Sports makes it easy to track attendance, manage teams and cut out the manual admin. No more endless group chats, no more chasing payments, just turn up and play. Go Play Sports. Download now from your app store.
James, he was like, it's a deal, yeah. If Chelsea win, you have to come on. And I just was gassed at the time. So I was like, yeah, whatever. Probably thinking, now we ain't
It's
gonna
not
win
gonna
anyway.
happen. Yeah.
And then I had a few beers when I put the handshake emoji on your message.
Yeah, I
saying,
screenshotted that just in case you took it off.
I couldn't get out of it then. I woke up the next day like,
Nah, fair play there. I still thought you might cash out today, but you turned up, so I rate it.
It's what it is. Get the first one out of the way. And
What was the meeting saying, James?
Yeah, so that Bracknell meeting, I'm actually co-sec at now, so I'll sit up the front and take the meeting every
Really?
other
Is it?
Monday. Yeah,
Nice, man.
and I organise people to come in and share that week.
How long has it been now? You've been
I
sober?
am
coming up to a year, isn't it?
November the 7th. Yeah,
November 7th. Wow.
gone
That's
quick,
mad.
mate. It's time last year when I look back at photos and text messages, like I was hanging on for my life, not even being dramatic, like hanging on, like really, really hanging on, like bad. Yeah, so it's quite. I don't know. Sometimes it takes the wind out of me a bit. I have to just realise where I'm at now, and then just a reminder as to like if I stop doing what I'm told to do, I can easily be back there and worse.
Yeah.
So
Keeps
Yeah.
you on that straight and narrow.
100%, just trying to help as many people as I can, mate. That's what I'm here to do now.
Let's kick it off. I'm Steve, and I'm joined by James, the Gooner, who was on last season, and we've got Harry, the Chelsea fan, who was at Stamford Bridge on Saturday to watch Chelsea beat Liverpool 2-1. I think you had most of the Premier League behind you. I was fucking going mad when you scored that last-minute winner. So,
Bet it's the first time James has celebrated a goal like that for Chelsea in his
Last
time.
time you've been at the bridge in a few years, isn't it?
already, I thought
Don't
we're going
start with
easy on
that.
each
You
other.
just told me you were going to be nice.
Yeah. So before we get into the game, let's just go straight to that last-minute winner. I think it's like why we all love football. That feeling. Just
Honestly,
tell us about it.
if you could bottle that up and sell it, then yeah, I'd be doing this pod from my yacht in the Caribbean because it was unbelievable. I've got busted shins from the seat in front of me, like bruised back of my calves from the seat behind me, kissing random bald heads, had Barnes just grabbing me, shaking me. It was pretty euphoric, and it just meant a lot as well that it was our Madueke upgrade who got the goal. No, but he just seems like a really nice kid. I see he's scoring the winner against Liverpool on the Saturday, and then I see a video of him with his family on Sunday morning dancing in church. Like he's always got this massive smile on his face, and it just looks like he's so grateful and happy to be playing in the Premier League and have this opportunity. So for him to get the goal, I think hopefully it can be like a springboard for him to do great things because there's been a lot of expectation on his head. So
Yeah.
and obviously me and Nick are massive Caicedo fanboys to share that moment, to see him score the bang and then Esteval to get the winner. It was like you couldn't really write a better script.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Which end were you at Stamford Bridge?
We were at Matthew Harding Lower, so we saw the winner.
So you saw you at the winner end, yeah.
Yeah. And then a
Jeez.
few of the boys went with Jake, and that they were in the shed, so they saw the Caicedo goal because we were like
Nice.
kind of behind the Caicedo goal.
Yeah.
You just see it hit the back of the net, pandemonium, and then literally right there for the winners.
Yeah.
It was perfect, and the fact they equalised probably obviously makes it better because you get that last minute. If we'd like clung on to the 1-0, still would have been great and amazing, but it just nothing hits like that 95
Last minute. And even before that you had like Enzo hit the post, right? So you thought it's like
Yeah, well, we were actually saying like as soon as that happened, we were just like everyone around like in unison was like that was the chance, that was the chance, like as if that's just like such a cliche, but you just feel like you're going to get one because we were on the front foot. Like Maresca, rightly so, in recent weeks has had criticism for the changes he's made in game with like the red cards and stuff, and I think especially against United caught him a bit off guard. He's taken off Neto, who was like arguably the one player you'd want on a pitch when you go down to 10 men because he's got legs, he can run in behind and stuff. And I think he came out and said that in the press, like I made mistakes, but in this game, he went for it. It was 1-1. He changed our entire front three. I mean, he had to make a couple of defensive substitutions out of like force, basically, because people went off injured. But bringing on Gittins, bringing on Guiu, and bringing on Esteval, all three of them kind of added something to the game in their own way. Even if it was just pressing from Guiu, like not much like threat, but just to press.
Yeah.
Gittins looked a lot better than he had in recent weeks, which isn't too hard to be fair, admittedly, because his cameos have been rubbish. But he was a lot better. And then obviously Esteval, the young kid, getting the goal. Yeah, and obviously Liverpool have been pulling late minute goals out their arse. So I thought as soon as we hit the post, I was like, they were countering. And luckily they were so wasteful in the game. Like Salah just sort of carrying on what he's kind of been doing this season, not performing to level we've seen. Gakpo, like he's a class player, but I thought he was so wasteful at times. Lucky for us, because on another day they could easily, when you see that winger like running into the box and you like just keep him out of the box, just looking for something to happen. But yeah, I thought we played well, and obviously after the Enzo chance, we got another one and we took it.
Yeah, fair play. James, I mean, silly question, but obviously you were supporting Chelsea, right, for the title race? Yeah, so you're buzzing when that went in?
I was going to say, games like that, obviously, I was in an industry where I got to go to Stamford Bridge a few times with work and stuff like that with customers. And like when them games are like that, Stamford Bridge, like it's buzzing there. Like I could see the scenes from the telly and stuff like that, obviously watching it from home. And yeah, obviously I was buzzing. Like I think everyone in the league needs Liverpool to drop points like last year and even like the start of this year against Bournemouth. Like Bournemouth, like in my eyes, were the better side at Anfield. Like considering like they're away at Anfield, it's the first game of the season. They lost their two centre backs. Liverpool, like everyone's saying, oh, they're a squad in transition. Liverpool are a squad that won the league. They lost Trent, but they've added 400 and something.
How much do they spend? Is it half a billion euros?
I was going to say losing Kirkes has done Bournemouth a favour.
Yeah.
Shocking,
but do you know what I mean? Liverpool aren't transitioning. They've added like a complete armory to already like a solid 11 and a fairly decent squad onto last year, which like they pretty much dog walked the lead in the end. I think that was a mixture of other teams being poor and whatever. But to see Chelsea do that, it frustrates me even more that we didn't go and have a go at them, because I think if we had got Liverpool, we could have won 2 or 3. Like honestly, I think we're good enough to go and do that. But I think Arteta, you've seen the change in the last couple of games. I know it's been West Ham and then whatever. Even the City game, again, bit reserved for my liking. Like, look, we've only lost one game and it's to a moment of magic, so I'm pretty happy. But yeah, in short answer to the question, buzzing that Liverpool lost and dropped more points. Now teams will know they can go there and win, like home or away.
That's
Whereas
the
last
thing.
year,
It's
it's like
so
everyone
that
turned up. And
like,
yeah,
they're not
last
invincible.
year, remember City used to have it. Like you'd see at the end of the season when they were knocking off them wins, I'd be like, these lot aren't even trying. They just turned up there to get beat or to not get beat badly, and they wouldn't even give it a go.
Like a free hit and teams start
Yeah,
resting
yeah,
players or
yeah,
whatever. Like, yeah, 100%.
yeah.
I just thought
That's
the
good. I think it'll be
intensity, like
competitive.
they just didn't match the intensity in certain
No, not
periods.
at all.
And I thought that's what we did really well. The man-to-man press. Caicedo, obviously, forget the goal because like on another day that balloons over, whatever. His just general play was phenomenal in terms of just always there, always winning
just
the ball.
on
and
it,
when he,
on it.
and
Like,
just
am
on
I
it,
am
on
I
it.
old fashioned in thinking like a bit of graft and like
No,
like concentration?
there was like
100%.
multiple examples that I just noticed, even in real time, with the winner. Like it was a really lovely bit of play. Even Caicedo gets the ball in like a little reverse pass. Like he just knows exactly who's there and who's going to receive it. Most of I think 10 out of our 11 outfield or players, sorry, touch the ball. Comes to Cucurella, Enzo before Cucurella, and he gets the ball, and I think it's Curtis Jones. He's outside the box, so he's not going to give away a pen, and he's on him right there. All he has to do is just put a challenge and do whatever, and he just looks like he's so scared to make a tackle, make a challenge, give away. I don't know what it is, and he just gives him that space to just drop off of him and just play that little ball to Cucurella. Just little things where just they just maybe I'm not going to say didn't want it as much as us because obviously every team wants to win. It just didn't seem like they had the same. And even when like Lavia came on, I thought he was brilliant, and he always seems to be fit when it's time to play Liverpool, and then he'll miss like the rest of the season. But if he can stay fit, I think he'd be a game changer for us. But that's a big if, obviously.
Tell me about Enzo. Like, what's this thing about like Enzo out? It goes over my head a bit, like in the chat. Is it like
Maresca
Enzo
or Fernandez? Sorry.
So like, oh, is that what? Because I
don't
see.
know. I see it in the chat. I don't know.
Yeah,
what it is.
I don't know if it's like a Chelsea joke or
no. I don't even get involved.
But Enzo the player he's a tidy player, isn't he?
Yeah. So he hasn't started great this season at all. He obviously James is shaking his head, but if the back end of last season, he was brilliant for us. He's got I can't remember how many goals and assist contributions last season,
Yeah,
but
it's decent.
it was a very good contribution, and he's just like his box crashing's great. I think he just sometimes doesn't look the most aesthetically pleasing on the eye when he's playing football because of maybe I don't know his build or whatever. But then and then this season he's had such little rest. Like after the Club World Cup, I think he had like less than 2 weeks to then come back in. He played basically every single game in the Club World Cup. He's like obviously been away with Argentina and that, and then he just looked a bit leggy. He hasn't looked the same, but he was great on Saturday. I think it was definitely one of his best games for us this season. He was on it. He's like gets people fired up. He is a leader that we kind of because of this model that we've got with the young players getting scouted from all over the place we lack a little bit of leadership compared to like Chelsea teams of the past, and he's someone who definitely brings that, and you can see how much he like wants to win and how much he cares about actually fighting for the badge. So I won't say a bad word about him. I know like he goes through periods, but for me, he's an important. And again, it's one of these ones where we paid a lot of money for him. Do you know what I mean? So he's always going to be tarnished with that sort of brush. So I don't know. But again, I thought the whole team, to be honest, was great down to a man on Saturday. Obviously, Rob Sanchez had his typical passing out to their striker, but we got it out of the way nice and early. And we just said if that's his one, he does the whole game, then we'll take that. So
yeah, fair play. James, you were shaking your head about Enzo. Do you not really rate
Nah,
him?
I wasn't going to shake my head. I was doing it more of a.
Yeah, maybe.
But look, I think he's good. What Harry's point about the price tag is so valid. Everyone gets judged on
How
that.
much
Same
was
with
it again?
Messi now, like the kid's 18 years old. Like
105 or something.
Was it that much? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
fair
like
play.
over 100 mil. But
Yeah.
like, look, he's a good player. I'm not taking that away. Like, very good player. But I don't watch you guys as much as you do, Harry, for obvious reasons. But is like, can you tell me and be honest? Like, is Enzo a guy that when Chelsea's playing bad, you think he's been the best player? Because you see Caicedo does that. You lot are rubbish, and Caicedo, you're like, he still had a good game. Whereas Enzo seems to be good when you're playing well and everyone's on it. But will he grab a game on his own
Yeah,
for
but you're
100 million
comparing him
quid?
to the best midfielder in the league there, so it's a bit difficult
He
for
went
me
early
to
with it.
comment on that. Well, that thought's gone mainstream now, apparently. But
Yeah, it's up for
no,
debate, I think.
listen, people
Yeah,
like different
timing,
players.
innit?
Exactly, he scores a
You got to
banger,
think.
and
I think Rice got 4 man of matches in his first 7 games for us last
honestly,
season.
I promise you, if he didn't score that banger and we just win, say 2-1, but it's a different goal scorer, no one's highlighting the fact that he was amazing, this
It's
complete
true,
midfield
so true.
performance. It's just like,
That's so true.
yeah, but it's not about the bangers. He's putting in performances aside from that banger like that every
Yeah.
single week against
Yeah.
teams. Maybe we haven't been doing as well as like, say, if we were an Arsenal who was like winning all these games and your players are getting more recognised, but. He's putting in performances like that on a regular basis, like even when we play badly, and he
It's
can't
not
do
That's
it
his-
all
what I'm
by
saying.
himself.
It's not his
That's
job
my
to
point
score.
on Enzo.
No,
For
and
100 million quid, you should be doing that.
no.
That's my view on
Listen, I think the price tag comes into that a lot, and
Mm.
maybe he could offer more. But when he maybe it's one of those where when he has a good game, he has a really good game in like,
it.
and he plays his part. But maybe they need to come more often.
I think obviously because Caicedo, do you remember when you got him? He was lined up for Liverpool, wasn't he? And then you like hijacked the deal. So I
Nah,
think
I still remember images of Enzo, Caicedo, and Lavia in Liverpool shirts on Twitter. Look how that panned out.
yeah,
Do you
But
know what?
yeah,
They've lost a few players like that recently. Like even Zubimendi, like he's ended up at us, and they apparently had it like
dooby-dooby-doo.
tied up. Like yeah, there's quite a few players that for one, obviously they attract some big players. Don't get me wrong, they've got Isak this summer. Like everyone would have had him in their team,
yeah.
wouldn't they, straight away? But I don't know. It's interesting as well to think
Do
that there's
you
a
reckon
few
he
players.
meant that assist on Saturday? I've been hearing like what an unbelievable
Either
touch.
way, the touch is absolutely
It's nice,
amazing.
but I think
Yeah,
he was touching it down for himself, if I'm all honest with you.
Yeah,
if that was a Chelsea player, he'd be saying that's the best
Yeah,
assist
he
of all
meant
time.
it 100%.
it's one of them, innit? But yeah, I mean, before we move on to Arsenal, just want to give the props for that Caicedo strike because what a bang!
Yeah, it was nice. And
Do
you
you
know
not
what,
think he had too much time though?
the touch before though, he just completely takes McAllister out the game.
Mm.
The other best midfielder in the league, Gravenberch, is just chasing after him, gets a front row seat to see him bang it top pins. But yeah, it was lovely, like the way he just cut across it.
Yeah,
Mamardashvili couldn't get there, but yeah,
Why did they give him so much time though? Like any Premier League player with
what
that with that amount of time could do that if that makes sense. Like at that level, not like could score it every time and Caicedo, like you said, could balloon it. But the Liverpool players, like Caicedo was allowed, and they said it on commentary, allowed an extra 2 touches to line it up and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
just completely ping
But
it. Like
maybe that comes
it's
again back to
crazy.
like the intensity thing. Like we
Mm.
seem every time they were there, we seemed to
Yeah,
be on them. Whereas there was multiple times when I don't know if it was just like nice touches or in midfield, we seemed to bypass them very easily. Maybe it's a pressing thing, like with the loss of Luis Diaz, like in other seasons you'd be afforded less time. But it's the most confident I've kind of seen our team down to a man on the ball, everyone receiving it, and like I just didn't feel nervous like I do in some Chelsea games when we're like
Mm.
pissing about at the back with the ball. Everyone kind of seemed to look comfortable and like even Gusto, who's I thought was braver than Maresca to put him in midfield. I thought when I saw the team sheets that it could be him at right back and then Reece in midfield, but he just done an absolute job on McAllister, was just dogging him. And I know
that's what I was
some
going to say to you. Hats off to you boys, because that centre back pairing, I looked at it and thought there's no way other result than Liverpool win. Like even if you get 2, they're going to get 3. That was
listen,
how I saw it.
I literally we were walking into the ground with like left some of the others I was with who I was sitting next to, Nick, and I literally said to him, Storm Amy was like whipping about
Yeah.
and it was like all gloomy. It just felt so ominous, and like with
Yeah.
missing our 4 first choice centre backs, and and who do we start with? Achempong, who I thought was again absolutely amazing for a young, I think 18, 19, and the way how calm he is on the ball, he was aggressive. Badia Shield, Mike's favourite player, I
Was his
thought
boy, yeah.
he had another good game. Yeah, what was I saying? Sorry. So we were walking into the ground. I said to Nick, I just feel I have such a bad feeling. Like
Yeah.
anything today, like is a bonus, like
Yeah.
draw,
Yeah.
win, and I honestly felt like that because of no Palmer, the centre back issue,
Mm.
and just like and in the morning we'd got to the train station because we knew the tubes were off, so we had to go to Riverside instead of Central, and walk into Riverside. Trains are all cancelled because there's a
Oh
tree that's
shit.
fallen on the
Oh
line.
shit.
So we're like, okay, we'll order some Ubers. Uber started driving towards Datchet, absolute gridlock traffic because of this
Really?
issue. And it just felt like one of them mornings
Yeah.
where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's just going to be one of them days, isn't it? And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
so I'll admit, I felt pessimistic, and recent results have given me every right to be as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that's what kind of made it sweeter as well, like getting that
That's why
last
we
minute
love
winner.
football, though, isn't it? Like that's why we
It's
love
not
football.
like we were the favourites and we've rocked up and we've like nicked a 2-1 win. We like really we were the underdogs, which at Stamford Bridge is hard to say, but it's Liverpool and we haven't been playing amazing, albeit down to red cards and stuff. But
Yeah.
it was good. It was good.
Yeah, fair play. I think the whole league enjoyed that. So tell us, just like in terms of your season, then how's it shaping up? Like, how are you feeling about the season? Where do you think you can finish? Like, what's a good season for Chelsea? Would you say
We're not in a title race.
that was that last year?
Wait, the thing is, I was legit saying that last year and
Fair,
meaning it. We
yeah,
were not in a title race, and everyone was trying to force us in so that when we weren't in a title race,
yeah.
we bottled it. It's like,
That's
no,
what
mate,
happens, isn't it?
we're not having that. Maybe like 5%. I thought we were in a title race,
Yeah,
but this season, I'd say comfortable top 4. If we can like push and break into that top 3, if you want to call it that, then I think we can.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't want it to be like last season where we're backdooring a top 4 and it's like
Mm,
stressed down like the last game of the season against Nottingham Forest. I want it to be like, okay, 5 games to go, we're comfortable, and then let's see where we can push on. And then next year, I know there's always like next year, but with this young squad, hopefully they would have played together for an extra year. Older players who are still pretty young would have had another year's experience. Staval would be more bedded in. Garnacho, people like Gittins, these young players will be more comfortable, and we can go. And honestly, I think we should be doing something serious next year. Like, I'm not saying we will, but we should be. If we want
hmm
to have any aspirations to be a great team, then next year is the time when we need to kick on. Um, Coming off the back of the Club World Cup, and people obviously love to sniff at how much of a good, valid tournament it is, but beating a team like PSG, obviously you're going to go into the next season with a lot of confidence.
Yeah,
And everything was looking good. I was liking the recruitment, but then the loss of Levi was just like kind of a dagger to Chelsea fans because he had such a good sort of the whole season really, but back end or second half of last season he was brilliant. Club World Cup year coming up, I just thought this was going to be a really big year for him, and it's not until you actually lose him and you realise because of our system that Maresca plays, where we start always in a back 4, then we go to like a back 3 pretty much straight away in possession, and it's either kind of say Gusto will bomb on, or he's even inverted Gusto, or he'll bomb on down the right, or Cucurella will invert into like a 10 and we'll play a back three. No matter what happens, it will be Levi will be that centre back, and it's such a like a niche role because so much of our build up comes from him. Just he's by far like the best passing defender we have in terms of those cut through balls into midfield, and whether into Endo or Palmer, then Palmer just turns and then finds someone. And we found it out at Palace, like Joshua Chempong, that was the first game he started. I don't think he started once until Liverpool after that. He was great. He was battling with Mateta, but when he actually got the ball, he just didn't have that like incision pass through to
Yeah.
midfield like Levi does. And I don't think Levi's the best defender in the world. Don't like I'm not trying to say that he is, but
Better than Salah, though, isn't he? You said last year.
if I said that, I don't know, but
Or was it Michael again?
probably trying to wind you up, James. But I think he is a lot better than not even just rivals give him credit for. Chelsea fans love to slate him. Chelsea fans sometimes love to slate their youth academy products when maybe it's just because they love shiny new toys, and maybe I can get sucked into that at times as well. But I think Levi's brilliant, and I think he's a massive miss. And maybe that's a question on the sporting directors because we still had time after that to go out into the market and sign another centre back. At the end of the day, Levi is going to come back. Hopefully, he returns to the level he was playing at, and people will tell us we've got enough players. So we're kind of damned if we do, damned if we don't. Because if we went out into the market and signed a top centre back, people would be like, "Oh, they're signing another player. How many do you need?" But then we don't, and look what happened yesterday. I mean, you can't foresee. Obviously, one's a suspension, Chalobah, but you can't really foresee three of your starting centre backs getting injured like that. But yeah, I thought Josh was a bright point of sorry, I kept saying yesterday on Saturday, and hopefully we see him start again if he's not seriously injured. I think it was just a precaution for him and Badiashile because neither of them have played hardly any minutes, so they probably just needed by like 80, 70, 80 minutes to have a rest. But even Hato when he came on, Reece obviously going back to centre back, that was a real makeshift partnership, and I thought even them two did brilliantly. Albeit Liverpool weren't at their pomp, but
Yeah, fair play. So you think like, yeah, solid top four, and obviously the cups, unlike some teams, you're still in all the cups. So try and sneak a little cup maybe.
yeah, I mean, even in recent years when we haven't been performing in the league, we've been getting to cup finals. I mean, Liverpool have been our bogey team in cup finals as of late, but yeah, just a nice run in some cups. And to be honest, I'm not like my sentiment isn't as high as it was coming into the season for those two reasons. But yeah, I'm still pretty positive, and I think we've got a good side. And on our day, we can go toe to toe with anyone, but it's just how many of those days we actually have, and not getting complacent against teams like Brighton. I know again, red card, but it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
stupid. It's just stupid stuff. Like we're just in cruise control and then throw a game away. And I think me and you had this conversation not long ago where there just doesn't feel like there's an easy game in the Premier League
Yeah, yeah.
these days at all. Like it's not gone are the days where there was kind of three or four hard games and the rest of you just literally expected to win no matter what. Like
Yeah.
Bournemouth away now is a tough game. Like
Brentford away
yeah,
for us.
exactly. Oh,
Mate,
for us
we
as
can't
well,
we
yeah.
can't win a game unless it's
Yeah.
a promoted team or a
Well, you might be
relegated
one of the
team.
only easy games,
Yeah.
and we still bloody win.
Oh, it's mad. But yeah, right. Let's talk Arsenal then, James. Fucking what you saying then? Are you gonna do it? Your squad is looking strong, mate. You thought West Ham at home, maybe a little banana skin, new manager bounce,
Yeah,
but you swept them away 2-0. You're looking good,
yeah,
aren't you?
yeah. I think we look comfortable. Even like, do you know what? One of them games as well. I believe that was the Bilbao away, Atletico Bilbao away. Yeah,
Yeah,
that game. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we won that 2-0 like quite late on,
yeah,
and it was like two people that started a lot for us last season, Trossard and Martinelli, came
I was
off the
away. Yeah,
bench as finishers, as I like to say, in some NFL chat, and they did the job. And again, like Martinelli came on against City late on, and Eze played that like Perla over the top to him, and he tucked it or like lobbed Donnarumma, who's like unbelievable. And I've got
yeah.
PTSD from Donnarumma from last year's CL run.
Champions League.
But
Yeah,
I don't know. It's one of them. Like, do you know what, man? I'm in the camp of like it's very hard to get excited about Arsenal like potentially winning a league because the last two seasons have been so painful when it got to
Mm,
the business end.
yeah,
But going off what Harry said about the signings and the squad depth and stuff, this is the first time probably in my life since we were like elite that I'm like, we've got the squad to win a league. Like we're not like every year we always say in my Arsenal chat, like we're this short, we're we haven't had the striker. That's been it for a few years, right? We haven't had enough centre back. We had Rob Holding literally starting in the last 7, 8 games of the title run, marking Haaland, and like you saw what happened to him. And bless him, like he couldn't even get a start for Crystal Palace. I think he's in the Championship.
And I'll back that up. Like, I hate Arsenal, I hate
Yeah,
Arteta, whatever. But this is the first year where I've been like, I am worried because do you remember back in uni, Huz, when Liverpool were threatening to win the league for the first
Yeah,
time
yeah,
in however many years, or
yeah,
first time to win the Premier League, and we were just praying every week for
yeah.
like a
Steven Gerrard to
blessing,
slip.
and it came in the form of
Yeah, yeah.
Steven Gerrard and Dwight Gale
Yes,
for
exactly.
Palace, like just
Yeah.
little things, and that I was genuinely worried then. And Arsenal have been a good team for a while, don't get me wrong, but the last 2 seasons I haven't felt like really worried because there's been teams in the league that I think can compete. But now with their defense and how strong it is, and now with the depth and like the mold of the defender, like most of their fullbacks can comfortably play centre back. They're beasts who can
yeah.
win stuff in the air, but they're also athletic and can defend like wide channel.
Play football properly as well. That's the
Honestly,
thing.
it is a scary team. I still think you're just below that like elite level attack in terms of like Saka. Obviously, no one can say anything about Saka.
Yeah,
Gyökeres is still, for me,
yeah. I want to talk
he's still
about
on
that.
fraud watch because I don't know. I need to see a little bit more, and then I think you need a world class left winger because I don't think Eze is going to play left wing like that.
My
The,
view on it is that Eze can play on the left, and when he has come on there, he's looked dangerous. And I think he'll cause any fullback in the world
yeah,
problems in terms of his footwork. He's aggressive. He can flick. He does different things that you're not expecting. Which, like, I've played fullback. That's every man's nightmare, isn't it? Someone you don't know what they're going to do.
Hmm.
Whereas Martinelli and Trossard, you know Trossard's cutting back inside and he's not quick, and you know Martinelli isn't confident enough to go and take you on, so he's probably going to cut back. So as long as you're close to him and you've got a bit of speed, you're all right.
but then you just mentioned
We
that ball he played over the top to the left winger. Like
I know,
that's
but
what he
that's
offers in
what I
like
think we've signed. Our recruitment's been so precise with like, yeah, we're buying Eze because he can play left wing, but he can also play in this role. Like, whereas in the past, you sign someone and it's like, well, where else can they play? Whereas we've got, like you said, that back line, like that Mosquera, mate, by the way, £13 million. He's played centre back, came on at Anfield and looked
young
like
as
he'd been there
well.
years. Like, yeah, I think he's 23 or 22
That
years old.
Hincapié is highly rated. I know I can't claim to have
Yeah, I
watched a
haven't seen
great
enough of
deal,
him
but
either to brag about
I
it.
know
Yeah.
Chelsea fans love their transfer like news and stuff. And we were like closely monitoring him as well. So
Well,
he
he's
seems
similar
like
to Hato, I think, isn't he? And it
yeah,
sounded
like a
like we were
kind
having
of like a hybrid,
conversations. So.
less yeah.
Yeah, which is what I'm saying. These days, you need that, I think, in the
But when
Premiership.
Harry, when you're
You
saying like you don't think they're elite level, is that basically in comparison to Liverpool? If all guns are firing with like Isak, Salah,
Yeah, and I just think
Verts, like
Haaland is
Haaland,
absolutely
obviously. Yeah,
on it this year. Like he
yeah,
looks like a man possessed. And we were saying that before the weekend, and that goal against
yeah.
sorry, who they play on the weekend?
Brentford away.
Brentford.
Yeah,
Brentford.
just
I
beasted it.
don't see, and maybe Gyökeres will. I don't know. Listen. I haven't watched him loads, but I just don't see him creating a chance out of nothing for himself, like Haaland can. Maybe I'm
He
wrong
did
there.
against
Listen,
Leeds. He did against Leeds, in fairness. He picked the ball up wide and distance from goal and drove at the defence, took on a couple of players and slotted. But yeah,
yeah,
likewise, right, I can agree with you. I would have liked to see a couple more goals.
Mm,
I'm like, Haaland is an anomaly.
mm.
When
yeah,
he came
cool.
to
And
league,
again, we're
in his
comparing him
debut,
to
he
like
got,
a
I think, did he
freak.
get a hat trick in his debut
I
or
think
something like that?
two. Like
I think
yeah,
this
Two, and
season
then went
yeah,
on to get hat tricks.
this
yeah,
season
yeah,
was his worst ever start to a Premier League season
yeah. And he
out of the
scored
last
like
three, and he scored a ridiculous amount of goals.
yeah,
No,
it's
I don't think it
ridiculous.
might not be now, but like after game like 6 or something.
But then have you got more of a have you got more of a spread attack though? Like as in you don't need to rely on the number 9 as much because you got so much like quality around him. Would you say?
Yeah, I think so. We've got a lot of players that can create. We've got defenders that can score goals with Timber and Gabriel already. Declan Rice is popping up with
Yeah,
goals because he can do it all.
yeah,
Uh,
Listen, you've
yeah,
conceded three
yeah,
goals in 7 games. If you carry on that rate, that puts you pretty close to the old Chelsea 15 goals conceded in a season.
yeah, of course, yeah,
Anyone will struggle to beat you at that rate. I mean, I'm not saying you're going to carry that on,
yeah.
but I think it's the
It's tough, mate.
something like you concede an average of 7 shots a game, which isn't enough for teams to score consistently against you. You don't concede big chances. Teams have to be so clinical just to get a goal against you, and then so you're always in the game. And then when you've got like people like Gabriel, people like Saliba who are a constant threat and Saka's delivery, you're always in the
Yeah,
game. Like against Newcastle, you're in the game. You end up winning because you can stick the ball in the back of the net from a set piece. So I think you're just going to be difficult to beat. And like
Do you
we
know the
all
main thing?
go on.
Sorry, mate. The difference, sorry, 'cause it's fresh in my mind. The difference with us this year compared to previous years is, even as to last year, because Gabriel Jesus was out and then he lost form. Like when he first came, he was great. We only really looked at, I thought, if Saka don't score, who is going to score? Gabriel header or a Rice like long ranger? Apart from that, Odegaard was well off it compared to years gone by. Martinelli was off the pace. Trossard popped up with a few, but not
So what's
enough.
the difference
So
now
now,
then? Just Grokkos
now
or
I could list you 6, 7 players that I'd be confident that they could. Marino pops up with goals. Trossard can still score.
Eze?
Martinelli's had a couple. The game's stretched more. Gyökeres will definitely score, and he's making a big difference off the ball, and like he's drawing players in. Saka's there. Madueke hasn't scored or assisted, but he's looked dangerous when he has played. Do you know what I mean? Like there's more players that
Yeah.
you're like, if we bring that off the bench, whereas before, like Eddie Nketiah was coming off the bench, and like I
It's
can't
the
even
depth,
name
isn't
to
it?
you.
Like
Sterling last year came off the bench, and like, do
it's
you
a
know,
more
like that was
complete
an
squad.
absolute yeah. And there's just more people like with Liverpool and with City years gone by, and even Chelsea. You boys, when you had Willian, Havertz, Diego Costa, you knew
Yeah, yeah.
Fabregas would get some. Matic, your defenders would come up. Like you had a lot of players that were chipping with goals. We've now got that, so I think we will score more.
So do you think there's pressure now this year to, even if it's a cup, to actually win something?
Pressure
Like
every
there's
year,
one
mate.
thing
That's where I
being
want the
shit
standard to
and
be.
not winning anything, but being good and having a
United.
great team and not winning
Yeah,
anything is like
yeah.
that's in a way that's kind of worse because you've got that expectation there. So what are you willing to say on this pod tonight? Do you reckon you're going to win something? Do you
I
have to
affirmed
win
it
something?
last year.
What
I said
happens
it
if you get
last
to the
year.
end of
We
the
had.
season without silverware? That's kind of the question. Well, where
Well,
do you
it's a
go from
massive
there?
conversation piece, isn't it? Because if you go Arteta out, which every other fan wants, and the only reason they want that and hype that is because they know he's a good gaffer and he causes a lot of problems for you. Like it's true.
Mm.
When apart from Liverpool, when was the last time we lost a game to anyone in the Big Six, as they say? Like I think it's like
I get
over two
that, but
years,
then
isn't
at
it?
the same time, he's not winning anything. If he was like winning loads of silverware, then it might be a massive issue for us. But
So
if
who do
he's
you
gonna
bring in?
if he's going to continue, I know that's a tough question, but if he's going to continue to, he's clearly building something good, but at some point you've got to sort of reap the
I'll
benefits
tell
of
you
that
what's
build.
actually quite similar, right? And James, like if we
Go on.
if we talk about England, right? Like what Southgate did with England, like got
Yeah,
us like punching, right? And then he'd done that for a couple of tournaments, and then you were part of that crew. It's like, oh, we need a
yeah,
win,
yeah, 100%.
we need a winner now. So I guess that is the type of manager you would look to change. No, I don't think anyone who's talking sensibly can really knock what Arteta's done like over a long period of time. You
No,
know,
no.
you can say he's not
He's
one
we were in
step.
the
Listen, I
piss,
really
mate.
dislike him, but
Yeah,
he has clearly the way where he's taking
That's
you
a good thing,
from.
though, isn't it? If you like my manager, I'll be worried.
No,
Like, I
yeah.
love Postecoglou. I love
for sure,
Postecoglou.
for sure, for sure.
But you know what
But
I
where
mean?
he's taking them from and to, yeah,
It would be
you
no, but
can't
it'd
really
be like
knock
a
that.
winner, not a Jose, but you know what I mean, like that type of Conte, like this winning type
Yeah.
managers, right? That's where you would go. So it's like that's the
Yeah,
alternative,
but
right?
my only criticism of Arteta is I think he's just a bit too emotional. I've said it for a couple of years. I think he's too emotional. Like every game is a cup final. Like if I was a player, like I would get up for it, but that bubble bursts at a point, doesn't it? Like you know how draining that can be, and then you've seen it
Yeah,
at the end of each season. We peter out and we
I
lose
don't think it's just
games where you're
Arteta
like,
though, mate. It's like on social media before like a random game or like beginning of the season against like a big team, there'll just be like these big montages and building it up like it's a cup final. When that's rich of me to say, and I'm like been buzzing all week over a 2-1 win against Liverpool, but there just seems to be the extra level of drama, which sometimes maybe you just need to just like tone it back and just go about your business. Maybe
that's
you'll do
money,
it this
though, isn't
season,
it?
but
That's just
yeah, of
media and money these days and social media. I'll
course.
try not to look too much into that, but I do get what you're saying, and that's my only thing is that I think it's too emotional. It should just be turn up, knock the 3 points off, and go to the next one. And
mm.
that's what City used to do with them 17 game runs. They don't like hype it. They
Yeah,
just
yeah.
turn
Yeah,
up and win a game of football and go home.
those runs, yeah. Liverpool did it as well, right?
It's
And
almost
Arsenal.
Yeah,
like, and
we
I'm
need that.
praying this doesn't happen. It's almost like you'll win one thing, and then it will just be like floodgates, and like
Could be,
that pressure will be off. And I'm praying that doesn't happen, but I
yeah.
could
Yeah.
see like a situation where you win something, and then because you've that first one's
Springboard,
out the way, it's like
It
yeah.
happened with the
you
FA
go on.
Cups, didn't it? You know, it took us a while to win a trophy in general. I think it was like, was it not 17 years or something crazy like that?
Might have been,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Well, no, not that long. So I'm misjudging that. It was a big time there. Do you remember? It was like Arsenal need to win the Carling Cup, and we lost it to Birmingham in the final.
Oh,
yeah.
And
yeah,
we
of
got the
course.
one
I
FA
remember.
Cup.
I
Yeah,
We got the
yeah.
remember.
one FA Cup,
Quite
and I
that was a
think
late,
we've done
quite a
four
late
or
goal,
five
wasn't it?
since
That
then.
one,
Yeah,
that
like
Birmingham one.
Chesney, like or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
yeah, it's bad. Yeah, Obafemi Martins like backflipping and that. I was like, yeah,
That
and
was
yeah,
Barkley,
but
pure
yeah, proper.
heritage.
But what I'm saying is, I get what you're saying, Harry, but I think at the same time, for me, the pressure's on Arteta and the whole team. But the only reason I don't think Arteta will go, even if we don't win this year, is like, look at all these players that are re-signing deals. They're not doing it. Like, if you don't like your manager and you don't trust him as a player, like, you're not one, going to sign to a club like
You're
some big
buying
sign
into him, yeah.
Also, why would you sign a 5-year contract if you thought another manager could come in and then I don't know. That's just my view on it.
Yeah,
I
that
guess
money,
we're
mate.
not the biggest payers out there, mate.
Are you not? No.
No, well, Havertz seemed to do all right out of us, but
Yeah.
But like, I
Yeah,
guess
that was
one
a
thing
big contract he got.
one thing you've got this season that I feel like I can see is like, I know you've had like Gabriel Saliba before, but like even Declan Rice, it's like that leadership, like Harry, you talked about before.
yes,
Like it feels like that leadership group is like really.
even Saka's stepping up a bit, like in
That's
that
what I
sense.
mean,
He's
like-
got the armband on and that.
So it's like, you need everything to go well in terms of the way the team grows. But like, I know what you mean, like in terms of could that smaller trophy, because even for United, I remember like 2006, like the new crop of players like Rooney, Ronaldo, they won the Carling Cup first, and then they won the league like the next season.
That's what famously Jose, that was his first cup,
Yeah.
wasn't it? The Carling Cup.
Yeah,
Obviously,
true.
It's a bit different because it's kind of all in the same season, but it just
I don't think
embedded
I've ever seen Arsenal win that either.
the winner's
Yeah, League Cup.
mentality. Yeah, I can't
Exactly.
really remember you winning it.
Nah, yeah.
No.
Because you probably always
We
play the
lost in the
kids.
final to Chelsea. Well, we played the kids. Wenger used to do that, and we lost.
Yeah.
Walcott scored. Terry got kicked in the head, didn't he?
Oh, I remember that
By
one.
Diaby.
Is it Millennium
Yeah.
Stadium?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I thought we might
Terry's
win
taken
that.
a few kicks in the head, to be fair.
Says a lot, mate. He's a good player.
So where do you reckon the fan base is at with Arteta now? Like, what would you say like this split is in terms
To be
of?
honest, it's a tough one. It is like a split thing, but it's like I don't want to get on the manager's back, but then also with the decisions
Is
and the
it
game,
that
it's
split?
like,
I thought you all kind of were backing him fully.
yeah, we do back him, but then people are like, a lot of people I know are saying like, if we don't win anything this year, like, how long do you let that? Like you said, how long
It's
do you
true
let that
though.
go on
That's
for?
the question.
Like he brought us from the pit to up here, but then like I said to you about your standards, like when you said to me, like how long do you give him? Like my standard is Arsenal Football Club should be competing for a trophy every season, and when we weren't, we were awful, and like I had to sit through that. And, like you're feeling it now, husband. You still picked up the odd
I miss
trophy.
those times.
Yeah, do you remember? Like
They
it was
were
just
good
like I didn't
times.
want to open my phone, mate, and it was in COVID. It was in COVID, and the only thing I had to look forward to, if you know what I mean, was watching the football.
Yeah.
We
That was
were,
like
and we,
peak
we, I think we
AFC
didn't lose,
TV
we
where
didn't
it's
win for
called
17 games.
Arsenal Fan
We didn't win
TV.
for 17 games.
Shit, was that during COVID? Yeah.
Yeah, the only game we won in 20 games was against United.
COVID is a bit of a blur for me, if I'm honest with you.
I know, yeah.
Like, even
Yeah.
Liverpool winning it just put that out of my mind.
Doesn't count.
Nah.
Fair play. Well, yeah. I mean, you're looking good. I think everyone can see
Yeah.
that, right? So
I'm just mixed, mate. Like it's hard to not get
I
excited.
can
you know?
see
It's
you.
like,
You're
hope
like
for the
you're.
best,
I
expect
feel
the
like
worst.
you're like it feels like you're the Arsenal
Let it
gaffer. Like
go.
you're trying to like
Let
just
it go, enjoy it.
keep it cool, innit? Just like don't get too excited. And I can actually like feel that vibe coming from you, which I rate because that's what you need to do to win a title. Like so.
And my emotions can't take it. I'll relapse.
Fair play. Well, I guess we better touch on United quickly then. I can see the smile on your boys' faces. Look, I ain't got much to say apart from one thing, and then I'll let you boys ask me or tell me whatever you want to say about United. The only thing that pisses me off with United, well, there's a lot of things, but the one thing that pissed me off.
The only thing I was going to say.
Yeah.
Surely there's a list
Well,
like this long.
when you win, there's less things that piss you off, but there's still a couple of things.
Well, to
so
be
yeah,
fair,
obviously,
sorry to jump in. We've got a good situation here where all three of us have actually come away with 3 points this week.
I know, yeah, it could have been worse,
Yeah,
right?
it's not-
Probably pretty
Yeah.
rare, actually.
Obviously,
Imagine being a Scouser.
obviously, we had to be playing a promoted team to get our 3 points, but
Suns have been all right this season.
I know they have
incredibly.
been, yeah. But yeah, it actually kind of like links to what you were saying, James, about like one win, hold it down. Like obviously, if you beat a big team, or even if it's not a big team, you win in the last minute, fair play, get excited. Like I was obviously taking the piss when I said, "Oh, Arsenal getting a bit excited about the Newcastle away win," only because I'm jealous, right? But if you beat a West
Big
Ham,
for us.
if you beat a West Ham at home and you're a big club, like you don't get too excited about it, right? And like the thing that pisses me off, and I don't know if I've just got a bit of a problem with Luke Shaw. So basically, like he put a post out the next day on Instagram. It's like, oh yeah, great win for the boys. Just like scroll down his Insta. It's like, when the fuck were you posting for like all of these defeats? And just like they get so excited over one win, and I don't know if
they kind of feel like, oh yeah, like,
off the hook, like.
And you lot were writing us off. You were slating us.
Yeah.
And look, now we won. Like,
And it's like, I don't know
subliminally.
that mentality of just like one win.
Steve,
and
I want to say something as well. Yeah, you know,
Go for it.
you said it at the start where you said, "Oh, we've beaten the promoted team."
Yeah.
So Joey B, you know him, Harry from Eton with.
Yeah.
He's works with me.
not
and
Joey
obviously
Barton.
No. He's
No
nice.
affiliation.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said to me, like he was like, "Look, it's funny with United because everyone says you've beaten a promoted team, but if you flip it, we're beating a team that were fourth or fifth in the table, and they have actually beaten some decent teams. And I was like, I get
desperate,
it, but it's a bit of a reach, mate. It's a reach.
It's a big reach. Oh god. And yeah, speaking of reaches, like there is a few people within the United fan base. I'd say like the match going fan base, they're mostly Ruben in, because that's like what match going fans do, innit? Like they get behind the team, get behind the manager.
Good.
But outside of that, I reckon like majority are like Ruben out now. So like the Ruben in people. So I was telling you earlier, Harry, someone in the Let's Kick It Off community, Mike Clare, he's a United fan. Me and Harry went to uni with him in Liverpool. Less said about that, the better. But he basically dropped us a message in the chat today, and it's the stats, right? If you look at the underlying stats of the season, United are like most shots created, like chances created, like top 4, and they're like clinging on to that. But it's results business, isn't it? Surely
it is. I'm trying to like, do you know what? I don't have a dog in the fight, and it's hard because I don't watch every single one of your games. I'm not constantly thinking about it.
Boring.
But fucking hell, I'm glad I don't have to. But
you watched the Grimsby game though, didn't you?
I fucking watched that. I watched that intently. I think I'd be Ruben in. I think I would. As much as I like to terrorise, I just think he's clearly got pedigree, although it being in like a inferior league.
Yeah.
But at some point you have to look at, are the players good enough? And I don't know how much input he had into that in terms of how involved in recruitment he is, but are they good enough in your opinion? Are the centre backs good enough? Are the players good enough for his system? And people will say, "Oh, change system," but managers, I know they should be tactically fluid, but if he believes in that system and he believes he can make it work, then I respect him for not changing the system. So that's my question to you. Do you think those players are good enough?
Just on the system quickly, it's like Ten Hag got battered because like 2 games into his tenure at United, we'd lost 2 games, Brighton at home, Brentford away, and then he flipped his system, and then we got a bit of success, got in the top 3, but then he got criticised for flipping his system. So Ruben came in on the basis of he's got a system and he's going to stick to it.
I tell you, who did not get criticised for flipping his system, and that's Antonio Conte.
Yeah, exactly.
3-0 to the Gooners.
And won the league
early on in the season, and went on.
I remember that clearly.
18 game.
Sanchez and Ozil,
5-5 at the back as well, right? You played.
Well, yeah, like 3 at the back with what you call it these days.
Yeah.
And how weird that you have the perfect players for that system. Like David Luiz, one of the best ball playing centre backs at the time. Gary Cahill.
Well, you say that, but then Victor Moses was playing right wing back, and he was like a revelation. But no one would have said, "Oh, I know what you should do. You should flip to 3 at the back and play."
Innit? Hindsight makes it.
Yeah, but he has the attributes.
Alonso, like, is a built left wing back. I mean, we had great players.
No, but that's that. Conte's that type of manager, isn't it?
Like Matic and N'Golo Kante.
Yeah.
Zara,
but you
Costa.
get these different types of managers. Ones are like really rigid in the system. Others are more like pragmatic, and they'll look at the squad and play the system. And Conte's that type of manager, isn't it? So,
you know, Arteta switched the system up though. When we won that FA Cup and that, we played a 3 at the back. Do you remember?
I don't.
And we didn't lose many games.
Which one? Sorry.
When Arteta first came into that half season,
the half FA Cup.
Yeah, call it what you want. We won the fake FA Cup, right? Same as Liverpool with the fake title. But he played that 3 at the back, and I'll run to the thing. We beat City and Liverpool in the cup, and we beat Chelsea in the final.
You had a few years of beating us every year in the FA Cup. You beat us in a couple. Was it 1 or 2 finals? Like I think one penalty shootout.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the one when Mertesacker pocketed Diego Costa. He actually did. Look at the highlights.
Can't remember it, to be fair.
I haven't, and I will never watch those highlights.
I'll ping it over after.
But yeah, on United squad, no, I don't think they're good enough. And to be fair, that's the argument for Ruben in, and that's what the Ruben in crew say. It's like, can't keep flipping managers. Like, the squad is not good enough. Like, and that's a fair point. I agree. I don't think the squad is good enough, but Ruben Amorim at United will be remembered for that tactics board at Grimsby in the rain. Like that's what he'll be remembered for.
That seemed like the nail in the coffin.
Yeah,
but obviously he's still there. But that I knew as soon as I saw it live on TV. I was like,
that's a meme.
Straight in the chat, like this is gold.
Yes, and exactly. I saw that as well.
You don't want to see that, man. When it's like it was like the 80th minute or something. He's on his. And it was the rain.
Just want him to stand up and say to his players, "It's Grimsby," don't you? Like Ferguson when he said it's Tottenham lads, like. Yeah.
And he's got Mount at left wing back. It's like, what are you doing? But yeah, no, I don't think the players are good enough. And the only thing I will say, obviously, it's like Bruno and Casemiro in that double pivot that's like me lining up a FIFA game. Do you know what I mean? Like you put the big, so it's like that's never going to work.
I'm one of the only people that like maybe not as a person, like, or whatever, but I really, really like Bruno. I think what he
Yeah,
brings to a team and offers is great, and I think he does actually care. I think he's just got like quite ratty
yeah, of course.
attributes, so
Yeah,
people
yeah,
like look at him and like
and
slate him.
looks.
But yeah, but I actually think he's a brilliant, brilliant player,
Yeah,
and I would be trying to build my team around him. But obviously, that system just doesn't accommodate that. So I know
yeah,
you guys have had loads of chats on this podcast, and like you could put it into much better words than me about whether he should be sacrificed and sold if you're not going to get the
yeah,
most out of him, or
yeah.
do you sell one of your best players in order to accommodate
Rebuild.
a manager that might not even be there in
Yeah, yeah.
a couple of months. So it's a tough one, but I did want to congratulate him because Amarin, that is, because he's gone above Wilf McGuinness win ratio since the Second World War with that
So,
win against
oh,
Sunderland. So
nice. So
he's
he's
not bottom anymore. Yeah,
second
no,
bottom.
he's actually third bottom, but I can't remember the geezer's name.
Fair
They're both
play.
in the 60s and the
That's,
70s.
that's
So
what I mean, man. Like when you
that's
look at the
little wins, though,
stats,
man.
the
It's little
stats
wins.
though, like we finished 15th last season and lost the European final to Spurs.
And
I have to
look
keep
at
saying it because, like,
Spurs finished with their 16th. Were they below you, or were
yeah,
they?
they're below us. Yeah,
And
16th.
look, they've had a good start to the
That's
season. I
true.
mean,
Mm.
Thomas Frank's doing
Good
well there.
gaffer though,
again,
good
it's
manager.
listen, everything's still a very small sample size. That's the one thing I would say,
Yeah, yeah. Of
in terms of the season, because
Early doors, isn't it?
you got false positions everywhere.
course. Yeah, yeah,
People have played like harder opposition, easier opposition. That's whatever you want to call it, but
yeah,
maybe give it a little bit more time. And I think even
yeah.
Leeds caused Spurs some problems, and they could have easily on another day lost that game. So,
Of course.
um,
Yeah. And it's like who you're going to bring. It goes back to what James was saying about Arsenal.
well,
It's like you can
wanna,
say
who do
you
you
want
want
to
to bring in? Tell us, because we know who you want.
No, I'm saying Southgate could do a job at United, but
Sing it.
only no,
Okay, you're the one.
but only because we're a
I
beast.
pray for that to happen.
We're a beast of a club, and it's the whole club that's messed in it. It's
Imagine if
not.
that went wrong though. You brought in Southgate.
Yeah, no,
and
it
went
could go
6-5.
badly, and so yeah, that's the risk with like even any manager.
You
To be
think
fair,
to manage the institution because of his
yeah.
experience with the FA, that's what you're going for.
Basically, yeah, it's like because of the size of the club, and also I think there's so many problems at the club. Like recruitment, you could say it's got a little bit better, but it's still question marks just
Would
generally.
Southgate help recruitment though? Like,
It's not even. It's the culture of the club, innit? Like
yeah, fair
England
enough.
fans and players
He did
enjoyed.
sort that out for
Yeah,
England.
that's the only
But
part.
you know, like when you compare
Did he sort it out though, or is
Arteta
it
and
just like
Southgate,
the crop of players
It was probably a bit of both. Bit of both.
they're all mates now and
yeah,
they're coming through together? I think he
Yeah,
would
yeah,
have helped a little
yeah, but I
bit.
think he made that culture.
yeah. It's a bit of
Fair,
both. He
fair.
needed that group. It's a fair point. So yeah, it's not going to be a fucking magic bullet. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you want to touch
honest.
on England quickly?
Yeah,
That
let's talk
segue.
about him. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So like, how you feeling about England?
Yeah, I feel all right. I think the international break. I'm not someone who like really religiously
Yeah,
follows like waiting on Twitter to see the next squad or like
yeah.
100% make sure I
I
watch
saw
every single
Jude's
qualifier.
out,
Yeah,
but like that's not.
this is
Like,
the
it
big
must be.
talking
It's
point,
like
and I think
resting him or
they're
something,
looking for
right?
clicks because
Yeah,
he missed the last one due to injury.
yeah,
And the thing is, the squad was done really well last time, so he's kind of just gone with the same. But it'd be a bit different story if Jude was fully fit and he's just
yeah.
dropped him, which he
Exactly.
hasn't. But
Yeah,
at the same time, Tuchel is someone who will make difficult decisions,
yeah,
and even dropping Jude when he's available because he wasn't in the last one is a big decision. And
Yeah,
you can surmise whether you think that's him sending a message or not, to Jude, because listen, it's all like you're just speculating, aren't you? You don't know
yeah,
what's actually gone on, but you can tell Jude wants to be the man. You can tell
yeah,
like
yeah.
he's got the
also in
ego.
tournaments we need someone with
Yeah,
that
yeah,
can give
no,
us big
I
moments, and he
agree,
does do that.
and listen, Jude's going to be on the plane going to the World Cup,
Of
so
course. Yeah,
it's kind of much ado about nothing, I think.
yep. Agreed.
But yeah, like no Adam
Yeah,
Wharton was a weird one. I thought he's been playing really well. Maybe you just
Yeah,
wanted to go again with exactly the same squad as we went with last time, but
you never know with these games as well. Maybe you've seen enough of Wharton. Like sometimes it's like, well, I know I'm probably going to take him
exactly.
in
Yeah, yeah,
decent minutes, but until it gets a bit serious, like the Wales game
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
Serbia or Latvia coming up, let's give a few people that are on the
yeah,
fringes.
yeah.
Yeah, and I guess that's what these like. Well, that we need to qualify, but you kind of want to test out the fringe players. And
It's all exploratory, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to hear what you think, James, about Tuchel, because you were like, oh, let's get a winning manager in, right?
Yeah,
And we've gone down that route. So yeah, how are you feeling
yeah.
about Tuchel in charge?
Yeah, going back to Southgate and the transition, Southgate done the same for England in my eyes that Arteta done for
Yeah,
Arsenal. It made us believe again. Like, it made
yep,
me believe that Arsenal could win something. We haven't yet.
yep,
And same with England, but just couldn't quite get us over the line. So it's a bit of a weird one. But with Tuchel, I think he has been there and done it. He's managed some big players over time. He has won things,
yeah,
and he is quite a like systematic manager, isn't he? Like he's not just like an Ancelotti. It's like go best teams on the pitch, go do your thing. He's quite systematic. But all I'll do is I'll judge him on a tournament.
Fair play. Yeah.
And how many tournaments did Southgate have?
Yeah,
Four?
it was like at least 4, yeah, maybe
So
5.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to say, how do you feel about? Obviously, there's a big debate about how the national coach should be from that nation. How do you? What's your view
yeah,
on
it's a
that?
weird one, isn't it?
I'm
That's
all right with it,
like
to be honest. Yeah, I'm all right
Doesn't
with
really
it.
bother me
I've
Yeah,
seen
either. But
plenty of managers win stuff with other countries.
it's happened with loads of nations,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah,
so I'm fine with it because like the argument is like, oh, the big nations should have like domestic people, but then what about the smaller nations? Like,
yeah, it's like where
but
where do
who
you
is
draw
a
that
good English
where's
line?
the
manager
line?
that could do it?
Yeah,
Which England manager could do a better job than Tuchel?
I
Like
would,
English manager.
Eddie Howe would have been number one
that's the only name
shout
though, isn't
probably.
it? Eddie Howe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And like
Eddie Howe. Apart from that, who are you looking
at
at?
this
yeah,
moment, like, would he ever walk away from
yeah.
Newcastle and take that job? I
Probably.
don't know.
Well, maybe to be fair, maybe it was like the FA, like they've gone down the Southgate route. A lot of people were saying we need a winner. Let's just try it for one. It's only an 18-month deal, right? So let's try it for one tournament, see how it goes, and then they could always go to Eddie Howe, couldn't they? And try, or
And listen, this, as we said earlier in the pod, it's a results-based
yeah,
business. If he wins the World Cup, I
yeah.
guarantee no one's
Oh,
going to give a shit
mate.
what nation
You
he's
know, the thing
from.
is as well, though, it's not like we can be like, like other nations could be like, right, we'll bring Lampard back because he won the World Cup with England. We haven't got that.
True.
Yeah, true.
Like you've got England legends like Rooney and that, but we've seen Rooney's managerial career and how it's gone. So
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But the one thing I want to touch on about England as well, because I think there's a bit of debate about like the fact that Henderson is picked by like Tuchel, and like everyone's like, oh, Henderson's past it. Harry, I'll go to you first. Like, how do you feel about someone that old being picked
Listen,
for England?
I'd have a problem maybe if it came to the World Cup and we're still taking Henderson. Maybe he will, I don't know. But
Yeah,
I don't have much of a problem with it in these squads as I do, as some other people do. Like I know a lot of
yeah,
people really kick off when they see his name. Listen, there's six or seven people sometimes that don't even play from these squads
yeah,
in the qualifiers. And if you've got all these young players or these fringe players we were talking about, and you want to bring them into some of them their first ever time with England, you want them to see like standards and levels and what it means to be an England player. And say what you want about Jordan Henderson, and listen, I think he's a decent enough player. He
he's won some stuff.
captained a
He's
yeah,
title
won some
winning
stuff.
side.
yep,
I don't think he's like the most
Champions
talented ever,
League.
but you
yeah,
can't
exactly.
deny his like passion for
Work
it.
rate.
And you know for a fact when you rock up to St George's Park or whatever, he's gonna let no like standards drop. He's gonna like try.
Yeah, true.
He's probably feeling grateful to even be there anyway, because
Yeah,
like
yeah,
obviously he thought he would never get called up again.
Well, he's
Maybe
getting in on that, not his ability, isn't he? So he's got
no,
to
exactly,
maintain that.
hundred
Yeah,
exactly.
percent,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So
it.
he's got to
100%.
maintain that.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
think he did bag a little assist against us, which was really long. But
And against us, but
oh,
everyone
was it
can
you? It
against.
might have been you.
Yeah, James. But how would you feel about if he actually went to the World Cup? How would you
If
feel about
we
it?
lined up at the World Cup and Henderson was sat starting in the middle of the
No,
pitch,
no,
I'd
not
be
No,
like,
no,
starting.
yeah,
Let's
no,
just
no,
say,
no.
he's on the plane.
There's
He's on
zero
the.
percent
well,
chance in
then
that.
it doesn't affect me that much. I know
That's
people be
exactly
like,
how I
oh,
feel.
Wharton didn't go, but Henderson did it. And I'm like, if Wharton's not starting and he's not
Yeah,
even going to come off the bench, what can he offer to that team?
true.
Like, not much really. He ain't got experience, has he?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I agree with Harry, and he does set standards. He's been a captain like, of Liverpool, massive club, one of the biggest clubs in the world, won the CL, won the
yeah,
Premiership. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, ability wise, like, I don't think he's the best, but setting standards and training and making sure people are in bed on time, he's doing that.
yeah,
Yeah, you can't have people like a bunch of young boys who are all mates rocking up thinking it's a jolly up and like a
yeah.
getaway trip. You've got to go there and like preparation starts at every England camp, and like you need people like that who are literally just going to be, as you said, get to bed on time, whatever, and just
Regimented.
take
Yeah.
it's
Also, all clubs
it's
have
how
got
it works.
that. We had it
Yeah,
with
exactly,
Jorginho.
exactly.
Jorginho's a model, like example of like a professional footballer, isn't he? Like brain wise and stuff like that. Like everyone, yeah. Well, it's true. It was a smart signing from us. It was cheap or free or whatever. But every club has got that player that you're like, they're probably a
Mate,
bit past
Gary
that,
Neville was only
but they're
getting
still here.
contracts like for the last 5 years of his career for that reason. Just being a model
Yeah,
pro,
and
Yeah,
right?
was it
it's like
actually
when
that
people come off the tools, isn't it?
yeah, to that level, like, because I know Neville plays down his own ability and the reason he was there,
Yeah.
but sometimes
No, I
it's
think to be fair, like in his peak, say like up to like early 30s, he was a good solid right back. Like obviously had the partnership with Beckham, so he underplays that career. But then from like 32, 33, I think he got loads of injuries. So
he
like,
always says when he knew his legs when he
Same as
started
Yeah.
his
Carragher,
legs,
isn't it? Same as
yeah,
Carragher.
exactly. Yeah. So like those 4 years, he was just Fergie's lieutenant, basically, right?
Terry was
Just
trotting around the pitch at one
Terry,
point, but he was
exactly.
there like
Yeah,
invaluable
he's
in the
different,
dressing
really.
room.
But you won
Yeah,
stuff,
we brought
right?
Didier back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You need them
It
people,
makes a
innit?
difference, doesn't it? Though, like that's what Arsenal lacked for years. Then, like leaders,
Leaders.
and now
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
got that, and we've got, like you said, Harry. I really like that you said that about young leaders in the team. Like Caicedo's becoming a leader. He's what, 24, 25?
Less of, yeah, 23 or 24.
Yeah, that's same as Beckham. Most people forget he's 25 years old. Like,
Yeah,
that's
like
pretty
we're
insane.
10 years older than, well, was getting there 10 years older than these players, which is actually really scary because like
Yeah.
you
Mm.
forget when they go out there and boss games, like they're
Yeah.
just kids.
I love Declan, man, and he's scoring more goals on it because he's got like more
Yeah.
protection behind him. I think he
Yeah,
could
he's
have a
not
big
playing
season.
as deep. Like he's
Yeah,
got legs like Zuba Mendy. That I didn't mention him much. I know he's another one that he doesn't like
yeah,
light the world up. But when you watch him play football,
Just
class.
mate,
another
honestly,
player, like
very
you brought him
clever
off the
player.
bench on the weekend, I think,
Yeah,
and you weren't
yeah.
doing that 2, 3 years ago, bringing that
No,
kind of
he was
player off the
rested. We
bench.
gave him a rest at home to
50
West
million
Ham.
pound player, and like, you're just coming on and just bossing the game, whatever.
Yeah,
But
that's another one. We got Norgard. Like he was Brentford captain last year, and I know that he's very highly rated at Brentford. I've got a Brentford fan at work actually, and
it's like an
like he's
underwhelming signing,
decent.
but it's like when you actually think about
You
it,
need
to
them.
captain a Premier League
Mate,
team, you've got to have some balls.
experience,
Like,
been around.
and now
Yeah,
he's one of
sets
your
the
like fringe players, even like
Yeah,
captain
and that
goals.
thing about setting the standards is true. When them players come at that age and they know they are not the best player in the team or they're not like young so they can get away with it, they have to. Like I've been there, like my Sunday team last year, I was one of the older ones in the team.
Yeah,
Definitely not the best technically, but I knew that if I turned up and was had my game head on and stuff like that, that like you can make a difference, can't you, if that makes sense? And that's what gets you in the team. Because you have to have balance in football teams. Azpilicueta was the same. I think he had probably 1 or 2 years too long at Chelsea in terms of
Yeah.
ability.
yeah,
Well, I
But
think
like,
we kind of
what a man!
protected
Do
him
you know
with
what I
the
mean?
three at the
What a
back
man!
as well. Kind of,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's worth
He
it.
was
he was an
versatile.
Worth it.
unbelievable back post defender. Like, just
Yeah.
yeah, I love Dave. He was quality.
All right, so there's one place to wrap up. We'll talk a little bit about FPL, and just before we talk, because there's a few new like chips and stuff this season.
Yeah,
I only found out today that you can bank up to 5 free transfers.
yeah.
But before we
That
get
came into
into
place
that,
last year actually, but
was it
so you're a
last year?
bit behind.
Fucking
That would
hell.
explain your
That's
league
why you were
position
down the
last
bottom.
year.
I'm doing. Yeah, true. I'm
Not
doing
his
all right
terrible
this year.
decisions.
But can Harry please? Can you just explain to the listeners when you stitched up James 2 minutes before the deadline?
And then I'll tell my side as well, yeah.
Yeah,
When's the Saturday morning deadline? Like
11 a.m. isn't it?
it's 11 a.m. It used to be 11:30. Now it's 11 a.m. So
Yeah,
just casually dropping in when Isak was in his prime, well not prime, but like pomp for in FPL, like bagging goals for fun, like essential. If you didn't have him, you had an issue. Just dropped in at 10:58. Oh shit, Isak out for the season. This guy's driving down the motorway with his missus, pulls the car over to the hard shoulder to change his fucking FPL team, takes Isak out 2 minutes before deadline against Leicester at home, and yeah, he hasn't lived that one down since.
So my side is I've obviously got the thing. I'm driving to a kid's birthday party. And my boys in the back. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And I'm like, I haven't even. I've done my team. It's set for the week. I'm like, I'm well ahead of the curve here. And I've just, it's like it's a lay-by. It weren't quite a motorway, and it's like off this dirt track. And I've gone down this lay-by, and she's going, "What are you doing? We're going to be late." And I said, "I need to do my team." And she's like, "You're pathetic." So I've seen the message on the screen in the car just said, "Isak out, Harry." And Harry
No,
used
I
to
felt
help me a
bad
bit
as
with
well
my
because at
FPL.
that time I was like
He was
Guardiola,
dating
him
someone else.
I see.
Arteta. We're a
Yeah,
duo.
and
But
Like,
you were putting the
he was
car
trying to
start
bait someone
wide.
else.
You were willing to catch
he
He was
anyone,
trying to
right?
bait someone else. He got me.
he
I
wasn't
caught
my
straight.
intended target, but
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
So I pulled over on my team, got to the party, and I was like, "Sorry, babe." I got there, and I've seen that messages, and Harry's like, "Why did you do that?" I'm
God,
like, "Are you
I bet
joking
you had a
me?"
good
And I
time at
think
that
he got a
party.
brace, didn't he? He got a brace as well, I
Yeah,
think.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Like, and I can't remember who transferred in, but I'm sure they flopped as well.
yeah,
They didn't do anything.
probably,
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
But this season, right? So you've got
yeah. You're all
it's,
down, Harry. You're down and out.
listen.
It's
I'm
marathon,
about
not
to
a
explain.
sprint. Marathon, not a sprint.
There's chips in both half of the season
Yeah.
this year, so you've got all of your chips in the first half and all of them in the second half. So I'll just say right now that league position is a bit like the
True.
Premier League. It's a bit falsely inflated because some people
Yeah.
use chips, some people have got 5 free transfers, some people have got none. So we'll see what happens when it comes to me.
After Michael's Leicester season last year, though, that
Yeah,
kind of
Leicester.
he's gone. He's gone.
So it's wild card 2 halves as well, yeah?
Yeah, that's
always
always
been-
been 2, but now
yeah,
you've got
yeah.
your triple captain.
So it's the
free
triple
hit.
captain because there's not going to be any doubles, is there? Like this
Nah,
side of
so
Christmas.
that's why people have used it. Like
Yeah,
Haaland,
Haaland. They got
Burnley.
lucky because he
You know
scored 2.
what? You'll
Oh,
probably see me
lucky.
go up and down.
Oh, well,
I'm in a work league. I'm in a work league which is monthly, so £5 comes out your
okay.
salary a month, and the winner of the month gets 50 quid because there's 10 of us.
So you
And
got
then
like
at the
an
last month, there's a
incentive
big
to
prize.
go for it each
So like
month.
one guy's gone like 3 chips in the first month. He's like, "Well, I've got my
Yeah,
money
yeah,
back
yeah.
for the year."
I think that's what
And I'm
Jackson's
like,
done. Jackson's
Yeah.
used all his chips, and now he's up there in second doing a cosy.
Yeah.
Still second though, isn't it? Coming from an Arsenal fan.
Exactly.
So that's interesting, then, isn't it? So you got to use those 4 like main or 3 main chips like this side of Christmas with
they're
no
giving
doubles.
us 5 free transfers for AFCON, which people are fuming about.
Really?
There's only like 2. Well, actually, it's saying that the African players smashed it this weekend, like Semenyo and Ndiaye and that. But I just don't foresee us needing 5 extra free transfers. So it's kind of they're trying to basically just they're trying to keep engagement as high as possible and reduce that percentage of drop off of like people losing interest in their teams because they log in and they realize that I'm completely out of it. I've only got 2 transfers and now you've got 5 transfers. Now I'll give you an extra 5. So you're never really out of it. But it's like the little nerds who actually give a shit about it who are then complaining that they're making it too easy for the casual.
So what's our predictions then? Last thing, predictions for the top 4 then. Go on.
Well, we done the predictions on the let's kick it off.
I'm going to go. What's your revised one? James, you go first.
I'm not revising.
We're going to do it.
Oh, we got it.
You got it on a clip behind you.
You're going to do it?
Yeah, I'm going to say Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Chelsea. That's my 4 in order.
Fair play. Yeah.
I
Sounds sensible.
think City will be there, and if Haaland carries on, I think any team will be anywhere with him in there. So yeah.
Harry,
I said City,
you did.
In my prediction, and then that didn't look too great a few weeks in.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna actually stick with that because of the form Haaland's showing, and I think they'll still be about. They've still got Pep.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Arsenal very, very, very close second. I think Liverpool will, they'll take some time to gel. But listen, if they do gel, it could be curtains on their side anyway. And then I'm going to say, as much as I want to put us high, I'm going to say Chelsea 4th just because of the defensive issues right now. The centre back issues. And yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, it's top 5 now, really.
It's top 5. I was going to say, yeah.
True.
I'm going to chuck Spurs in there.
Fair play. Not Ruben, no. Some people had him in, mate, like start of the season.
Where did you have him?
I thought we'd have a bad season. Not even in the top 7, I don't think I had him. Fair. So yeah, I think I picked Liverpool partly as a defence mechanism because if they win it this season, it's 21 and we've got nothing left to hold on to.
Would you think you'd ever sing 20 times again if they get to 21? Will it kill that song completely?
Yeah, basically.
Kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy because that was like a staple song for you lot.
So we've not got much left after that. But yeah, I went Liverpool, Arsenal.
Got nothing left.
Yeah, exactly. City, Chelsea. So I'll stick with that as well.
Yeah,
gone 3 different teams. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And obviously, World Cup winner. It's coming home, boys, isn't it? Surely.